What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the third episode of the podcast. Today, I'm here with Bobby Schmerda and Canicio and Sauer. If you guys have been in my Twitch streams, you've obviously heard me talking to them. These guys are like my really close friends. So today, we're just going to be talking a little bit of video games and all kinds of stuff. So hopefully, you guys will be interested. Don't forget, this podcast is sponsored by Team Front. Use code FRONT for purchases to get 10% off. And okay, we'll get started. What's up, guys?
What's up?
What up? Okay. Hi, Schmerd. Okay.
There he is.
So today we're just going to talk a little bit about what's happening in the video game world right now. If you guys have been out of the video game world, then you're not going to really know what's happening. Valorant is a really big thing right now. People are saying this is the best game that's come out so far this year. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts of it? But like,
I think so. It's definitely fun. It has like its own twist to it. It's like Counter-Strike and Overwatch, sure, if you want to put those together, but I feel like it has like a different vibe to it than just that. I feel like playing CS for like the first like 4 years. I played CS for probably about 4 years.
same with me.
It just kind of got like boring. And the game is not boring, but whenever you grind it that much, I just feel like there's less like motivation to play the game you've already been playing for a long time. And a new game that comes out that's sort of like it, and it's just you haven't played it as much, so it's kind of draws you in.
Well, I mean, Bobby, you don't really like it that much. So, I mean, you like it, but you don't. So, like, what would you say?
Well, I don't really play shooters, to be honest. Like, I never played CSGO or anything like that. But it's honestly pretty fun. Like, I played a bit of Overwatch when it first came out.
I think,
liked
yeah.
it. I like the abilities in it. That's something pretty different. It's pretty fun.
I feel like if you never played, like, CS, it's not that of a monumental game. It's just, like, another game that came out. Like, I feel
It's
like
just
you're good.
Sorry for interrupting.
No,
but,
you're fine,
like,
dude.
I feel like if you just haven't played CSGO before getting into this, you're just going to get destroyed by everyone else.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
what
like the main audience.
Brody has been playing a lot of both. He recently just like him and Kurt have been getting into Counter-Strike more, but everybody before the game came out in our friend group started playing CS more to kind of warm up for Valorant. So I mean, Brody, what would you think? Like, what are your opinions on it? Like, with the two games, obviously it's a close comparison to Counter-Strike, but did you ever play like Overwatch or anything before that, before the game?
Yeah, I never played Overwatch. I've never really watched Overwatch or anything like that. But I have watched Counter-Strike a lot compared to like other games.
Yeah.
And I never really played it until recently. And I don't know, they're very similar shooter-wise. Just obviously different. One's cartoon, one's more based on real life.
Real life.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's still kind of basically the same skill set, just different ways to play each game. And I like the differences in the two. I don't know, it just depends on like what situation you're in. Like if you're burnt out of CS, then it's good for you. But if you like CS, then it's probably still fun to you, but you probably enjoy CS more because that's obviously what you like at the moment.
See, like, I feel like it was vice versa. Like, that everybody thought it was going to take people away from Counter-Strike. But do you think maybe people that never played Counter-Strike got on Valorant and said, "Oh, maybe Counter-Strike will be fun, so I'll go and play I'll go and play Counter-Strike instead of playing Valorant"? Like, do you think CS kind of gained off of Valorant a little bit too? I feel like it would have. Obviously, like, you never really played CS until we heard about Valorant, and then we started playing, and then we heard about we play Valorant, and then now you're on CS. So do you feel like there's a lot more people like you where you go from Valorant to playing more CS and then playing both?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are making their transformation from Fortnite to Valorant because Fortnite's dying, obviously.
Bringing back the
And I-
recon expert.
Yeah. And I feel like they think that because maybe they were good at Fortnite, that it'll translate to all other shooter games.
Not at all.
And
I
and
think.
it doesn't. There's a lot more to it than just accuracy. And I feel like people will like be like, "Oh, Fortnite sucks. Go play Valorant or whatever," and they'll play Valorant and they'll do horrible, or maybe
Yeah.
they'll do good. But like either way, I feel like the people who do bad from Fortnite could be like, "Oh, maybe Counter Strike's easier. Maybe I should try that out before I
Yeah.
start using abilities in Valorant."
I
Just stuff
think
like that.
I think just one thing why people switch from Valorant to CS if they start playing Valorant is Valorant's kind of unbalanced at the moment. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still a closed beta, but
Oh, yeah.
and also the maps I just really aren't. I'm not a fan of at all.
I think the worst thing for me in the game, honestly, is the map rotation. You could play you could play for 2 days and only get one out of the three maps, which is, I guess, it would be kind of hard to rotate between three maps, but obviously the game's down now. Comes out June 2nd. Uh, they're adding a lot of. I think the next character being added is a healing character, so it'll be along with Sage and kind of. We don't like. I don't know what it'll be like. It could be like Phoenix, where he just has some abilities to heal, or it could be like a Sage where it can resurrect somebody. Who do you like as of right now? Who do you think is the best agent to play?
Honestly, I think it might be Sage. Sage has like a big part being the only healer,
Yeah.
and she also has that super strong wall that you can block off an entire site for either like 4 seconds if the full team's shooting there, but then you get the call out for that, or it'll stop a solo for like maybe 30 seconds. And it also has the slow orbs for tossing them around whenever you need to like slow down a big group of people. I feel like she's the most overpowered right now.
And the res, of course, is just
Of course,
The
yeah.
red-
that can
red
win
is
you
huge.
around. No
I
doubt.
it's if you don't have a Sage, you don't really have a team. Like there's people that'll ditch games just because there's no Sage, and I feel like adding another healer could possibly balance or could possibly um completely unbalance because you have two healers on a team. It could mess it up. I mean, I don't know. I feel like another one that's would, in my opinion, that's underrated is Cypher 100%. He's like, if you know how to play him, you could really help the team out a lot. Same with Sage. It's obviously a good character to use, but you have to learn how to play her well to use it to your advantage.
The two best characters in the game, in my opinion, as of right now, are Cypher and Sage.
Yes.
Really.
Cypher, Sage, and very, very close behind it, Brimstone and Breach.
What do you
Yeah.
think, Phelan? Like,
I was gonna say yeah, like Brimstone and Breach definitely.
Oh.
reach up there.
That's one of the things I have on here. Who do you like? What would be your main top three that need to be more balanced? In my opinion, I feel like you could definitely balance out Brimstone and Breach somehow. I mean, everyone found out a couple weeks ago. Get a Brimstone on your team and go and collect all the ultimate orbs around the map. He has his ultimate ready in I think every like 3 or 4 rounds, 2-3 rounds, something like
Two
that.
rounds, yeah.
I mean, then everybody started using Breach with his slowing, flashing thing. I mean, there's a lot that needs fixed. What do you think, Ian? Like, who would you nerf if you had to nerf like 3 people?
If I had to nerf 3 people, I would I don't know, that's a tough question. Cuz there's like I feel like there's not a whole lot you could do to nerf like say Brimstone. What are you going to do to Brimstone that's going to nerf his like way of playing? Do you make like the ultimate more orbs? But how would
Yeah.
you go about nerfing him?
Lower the smoke times.
Smoke times in
Lower
general.
the amount of smokes.
That would be either make it 2 smokes or make it shorter. That's good.
Or make him cost more, which they already did with some other.
Or make it
Well,
cost more.
things.
Yeah, they did that with Sage's wall, and let me tell you, playing Sage as a main, on rounds that I should be able to buy, I'm spending $600 on just my utility. And then I gotta
Yeah.
buy armor for another 1,000. That already puts me down 1,600 at the beginning before I buy my gun. And most of the time after save rounds, people will be able to buy like Vandals or like Phantoms, whatever. I had to buy a Spectre on those rounds.
I feel they did that on purpose to make Sage, because obviously Sage and
She was
people,
kind of broken at the very beginning.
she was very broken.
It was that was a change that needed to happen.
It makes the character have to play back and not play up and play
Yeah,
conservative.
which I
In
feel
my
like.
opinion, good.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right. So, in my opinion, like Sage is overpowered only due to the fact that she is the only healer in the game, which I believe they're adding another one. So, depending on what the other character can heal, if it's its own team or if it's just themselves, then Sage will need to be nerfed, I would say.
Yeah.
If it isn't a healer that like another team healer. And Breach, I think Breach needs a bit of a nerf due to like his flashes, which can last like 5 seconds completely. And other than that, I think the agents are pretty balanced. Besides like Jet, Viper, they need they need a big nerf, like
Oh yeah.
Wait,
or
Jet?
a big buff, not
Well,
not nerf.
I think Jet needs a buff, but Viper. I think Viper's
Her
okay.
alt needs
Her
all
ult
needs
needs-
nerfed, man.
Yeah, her alt needs.
Yeah,
nerf,
but
everything else is fine.
that's the only thing that sticks out about her. Her ult is overpowered, but everything
Well,
else is very underwhelming.
no, her like the poison you throw on the ground that actually is pretty good if you can play it right. It's just like a Molly or like
Yeah.
I forget what the other one is for Phoenix, but like it does the same thing. It's like just like those. It's like a little circle on the ground.
It does, but I tried playing Viper a long time ago, probably like around the first few days the game came out, and everything just felt very, very like sluggish and slow and like didn't do much to like because Viper isn't like a frag agent. She's like made to slow down a push
Yeah.
and play defensively. And I feel like all her abilities are just too slow for that. Like Cypher, I can just whip out a trap wire and place it somewhere in like a second. For her, there's like a whole animation to her, and it takes like at least 3 to 4 seconds to just throw like what would be considered like her molly, like
And
her snake bite.
you have to activate it once you throw it down.
Yes,
Yes. Yeah.
But I think
that's a
it could be
good
pretty
feature.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
a good feature.
On split, you can like wall off ramp and heaven with just one of her walls. That's it. It's pretty good, I think.
Well, I feel, and now this could very well sound biased, but I feel like you always have to have the a balanced team. Like, one of the big pushing like go frag people will be like Breach and
Like a-
Brimstone.
Yeah, like a breach. Yeah.
But I feel some people do main as me, but Phoenix is like, the whole run it back thing, like that could give you one kill and still leave you a life, or his self healing, it couldn't heal others, but that could cost you a round and maybe kill 2 extra people. I feel like if they brought back a healer, it would need to be something. Brought in a new healer, I guess. It would need to be something more like that. Like, being able to give you an extra chance, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think the new healer is like an actual like a healer, like a team healer. I think that's why it's being put under that category. Because whenever you think of like a Phoenix, he's not like labeled.
It's
as
a more
he-
it's definitely a more fragging go kill player.
I think Phoenix
like-
is listed as a duelist. Like they have. You
Yeah.
guys seen those on the characters?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the actual
So he can do
thing, yeah.
either or.
healer because Sage can heal teammates. I think the new agent that they're bringing in is like an actual healer, like a team.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I
If
think
it is
would
a
be,
team
I think
healer.
it would be cool to see like the Molly thing. It would be cool if they brought that back, but it's like a thing on the ground that like heals your teammates, but it's in like, kind of like a small circle. But like even if the other team got it too, they would be able to heal it. It's just something you can throw on the ground and it just heals whatever's standing. in that
Okay.
circle.
I
Yeah, that
think
would be interesting.
personally, like what I think they're gonna do with the heal is this is just like a wild guess, but I feel like it's gonna be able to do like 2 heals per round, like a limited, not like a regen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
got you.
you can throw it to a teammate, and they can choose when it's activated and when it's not.
Or like a med kit or something.
Kind
Kinda.
of like basically like say it's like a med kit where it's like in your inventory basically,
Yeah.
but it's like
How would you
just like a
activate that?
book bag on your back.
it? I feel
Uh,
like that might be a little bit like far fetched because would you need to make a whole new keybind for that? Like if like an inventory kind
No, not like an inventory. It's just like a one click and it like slowly starts. Like I feel like you know how Sage it's like what 3 or 4 seconds and you're at 100 health.
of
It's
something like
like
that.
yeah, I feel like it's gonna be very slow, but like it'll be there for sure.
Huh.
Like I feel like it won't be like instant. It'll just be like whenever you want it. But you can't stop it whenever it's there. You might be able to stop it and like slowly use it, but they're only limited like a very small amount, so it's not overpowered.
Um,
Yeah,
I
I
was
get what you're
I,
saying.
I just read up on it, which we probably should have done. It's apparently you can like drain life from your enemies. That's like the ability. That's the healing ability. So I don't know if it's
No way.
You drain and
Really?
give to your teammates, or you drain
I don't,
and then give, probably?
I don't know if you can give
So
it to
maybe
teammates.
it's like a gun that like attaches to them and it can pull you HP.
Huh.
Probably not.
So
But
maybe it's a
That would be-
self-heal. I don't
That's
know.
what I was kind of thinking.
That's weird.
maybe like I said, like maybe she carries like a book bag or like I don't know something on her back that she can like spray health to her teammates, and she has like a certain ability that can like steal HP from them or something.
We'll have to see. I mean,
It's gonna be interesting for
you
sure.
you guys will obviously get to play before me and Kurt, but it'll definitely be interesting. I feel that it won't be like other games like Fortnite and such where they're gonna have problems 24/7. I feel like they realized what needed to happen in the beta. Obviously, didn't keep it in beta for over a year, and they're gonna fix it and release a full game. Is Fortnite still in beta? Like they've never brought that game out of a beta.
I have no clue.
I'm
I don't.
wondering.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
It was in beta for like the whole
Yeah,
forever. Like it was never out of beta. I mean, um, I'm glad that Valorant did that, and they actually are going to release the game as a full release and be adding stuff. I feel like they'll bring the factor like Fortnite where they add new stuff in all the time, but I feel like they'll do it better than Epic.
honestly though, I think this new agent is going to be like a very controversial problem in the community.
Oh yeah.
Like I just it's I because in the video where they were like the devs were announcing it and whatnot,
Hmm.
I believe she said that this could be controversial or it could be like people may like it, people may not like it. Like it could be very controversial as a character.
Well, if you had to just pick one person, pointless is like pointless. Nothing means nothing to the game. Who would you take out? Me, I would take Omen out. Honestly,
Yeah, me too. I was
Omen.
gonna say that. Yeah, Omen's kind of terrible.
I know a lot of people main him. I think even like people like Tico main him. Pointless. In my opinion, it's really pointless. I don't know.
Raze or Jet is pointless.
I feel like they have a lot of frag agents. Raze obviously has really no point to the team at all. Same with
Yeah,
Jet.
no, that's like, those are both frag agents. Although Jet does have little smokes, but they only last for like 3 seconds.
Yes, those need to be at least brimstone time.
I think
Omen
Jet's
has-
alt is pretty good. In my
Is?
Jet's
Yeah,
alt
it is.
needs
know
a
how
little
to
bit. If you know how to use that alt, it can work out very well.
I don't think that needs nerfed. I think it's great where it is because you can use that on an eco round and just completely.
That's what I'm not saying it needs nerfed. I'm just saying it's like it's a very useful alt
It is, but
when needed.
it also can end badly if you use it incorrectly.
Yeah.
And good teams can counter it very easily. That's like with Raze. Like Raze is good maybe in like a casual game or like just things of that nature. Once you start getting into higher levels of competitive, like it's gonna be very easy to dodge your grenades and it's gonna be very easy to run away from your ult and just things like that. Like
What
it's just very, very unuseful agent.
what do you think? Now this is gonna be completely opinionated. Maybe not, but what do you think takes more strategy? Now this is like from what I've been looking into and reading, this is one of the most talked about verses from Counter Strike and Valorant. Obviously, we know Travis's opinion, but what do you think takes more strategy, Valorant or Counter Strike?
Honestly, I think Valorant. It's got it's got more than just rotations, which they both have. Those can be complicated. You gotta figure out rotation. You gotta like figure out who's watching where, but you also have those abilities on top.
Yeah, the abilities
Like,
add a whole different game, in my opinion.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It
And
adds more like strategy because you have to be more prone to rotating because in Counter Strike, the only big thing that's really gonna stop you from pushing a site is like a smoke. Now think of that to the equivalent to like in Valorant, a Sage can put a wall down. Like you're either going through that wall now, and it's gonna take you time to break that, or you can go around and have to rotate. I feel like there's a lot more rotation going on in Valorant.
I can
Devin.
agree with that, but like the thing is, Valorant is still very new, and the meta has like not been figured out pretty much whatsoever. Like, sure it has like certain guns and whatnot, but like CS:GO is like down pat. Like, if you know the meta, then like you know it. Like, so I feel like that takes more strategy now because players have completely mastered the game. But like, say Valorant gets to the stage that CS goes in, where everything's just like pro players know like exactly what to do every time, then Valorant takes more skill,
I feel
in my opinion.
Valorant takes more strategy, but CS:GO has all skill. That game
For
is
sure.
just straight skill.
The
Absolutely.
the shooting model in Valorant is way easier. There's not really like spray patterns that you can learn and be super accurate with, unlike CS:GO
And there is spray patterns for every gun, by
and
the way.
Valorant.
Yes.
Yes.
There's also like there's a slight randomness to it too. Like you can't get that 100% down. There's people that like tested it. I'm pretty sure there's like YouTube videos on it, but
Yeah, certain
there's a
guns.
random there's like a random percent. So like that spray pattern could go anywhere in like this radius. It's not like 100% every time. And I think it's like towards the end with like the ARs. I think it's towards like the very end. So, like nobody uses a whole clip.
Like
All 30
30th bullet or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean that's a big pro because if I got Travis in here right now, he could tell you the exact shape of every single gun in Counter Strike. Like this spray pattern is a 7 when it gets to this point. Or
They're pretty similar with Valorant as well, though.
I just think with the whole like random percentage thing, that helps. That gives
Yeah.
not so much of a I don't want to say learning advantage, but you know what I mean. Where it just it makes a more even battle if the other person doesn't really know the spray pattern.
Yeah.
Are you sure they're that's similar? Because like in Valorant, when you just start firing with a Vandal, like I think like the first 8 shots are just completely accurate. Is that a thing in
Yeah.
CS:GO?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's CS:GO is kind of like that, but CS:GO has set patterns for their guns.
Yeah, that's
Valorant, yes. Valorant is more lenient for certain guns than CS is. CS is like very strict and like there's no RNG to it. It is what it is, and if you master it, then you're golden. But like Valorant, there is like you were saying, feeling like the Phantom. like its first
I
8
think like all
shots
they
are
always
in
have
like
there.
a very small radius, and then it starts to pull.
Another thing is the running accuracy is a lot better in Valorant. I think they nerfed it, but it's still a lot better than CS:GO's.
All right. So with the whole talk of Valorant, do you think the game's gonna lose its stride? Like, will it be like Fortnite where nobody likes the goddamn game anymore, but it'll always still be there? Like, do you feel like it's gonna be like that kind of a game?
Mm, as of
I
now,
don't
no.
know. It kind of gives me like Apex vibes. Like
Yeah, I don't
it'll
know.
do super good, but then it might just kind of like drop off, like to where people will still play it, but it's not like super huge. You know?
See, Counter Strike was dead the whole beginning of this year, and recently it's just gotten revived. Um, just by being there was a dead point in Fortnite where nobody wanted to play the game, such as me, like uh, so me, Brody and everything. But like we had nothing else to play, and it just brought everybody to the game. And I think Valorant was masterminds. They probably saw that and realized, like, okay, this game is picking up traction, so let's release this game but different.
I don't know. I can see that, but I think CS:GO's always just pretty popular.
It's
But
always been popular, yeah.
but the thing is, Valorant is not as accessible as like Fortnite. Like little kids are not gonna hop on Valorant to play at
Well,
all. I don't
yeah,
think.
yeah.
And that's a fact. Being like a PC only game,
Oh yeah,
they're
for
gonna
sure.
they're gonna lose a big audience there. That had some potential, but
They're
I
gonna
mean, imagine
lose.
playing that on a controller though. That would be kind of fun.
It would
I
be. Uh, that would just bring up the whole controller aim assist thing, and I feel
oh yeah,
that
Yeah,
the
you're right.
the PC players deserve, in my opinion, because we had so much bullshit with Fortnite. I feel like we deserve a game that's PC, and PC obviously takes more strategy, and you have to learn it so much more. You have to learn way more than what people think. Um, I mean, they knew that off the bat. They weren't. That's one of the reasons Fortnite. That was probably still to this day is the most argued thing in Fortnite of what like is there aim assist, no aim assist, like it's a controller aim assist, that would just bring in a whole different argument.
Speaking of that argument, I'm pretty sure that they buffed the aim assist again, and
they
it's
did.
like basically an aim.
Jeez, I was just watching a
That's
video.
just what I
Yeah.
We can we'll switch over here to Fortnite. We had this planned to talk about Fortnite. What I read, 3 days, something like that, 3 or 2 days. Now, season 3, chapter 2 comes out. Possibly a new
I have
map.
no clue.
What were you saying, Phelan? What was happening? You read up on it?
Oh, I didn't read anything about it. I don't care about Fortnite, to be honest.
Phelan was just telling me like,
I watched this one clickbait video. Apparently, there's gonna be water again, and the storm's shrinking. I don't know. Fortnite.
I've heard a lot about a new map. I don't think anything could revive revive it. I mean, there's still a big community, but they're dropping to a low point when they have to bring the recon expert back into the item shop to gain more money. I feel like they've lost a big chunk of their budget from what's been coming out this year. And
Absolutely.
it's been the same game. They've ruined it. If it was still like season 2 or 3, I'd go back and play it 100%.
Honestly, for me, I think season 5 was the peak, but I don't know.
If I had
Early
to
on, it was good for most of it.
if I had to pick my favorite season, I'd probably pick season 3 or 2. I don't know.
I
Uh,
would pick probably season 8, deep into the game.
season 8.
What was going on there, season 8?
Just I don't know. That was at the stage that it was the most enjoyable to me and Ian because me and him would just play together and just dominate every lobby we were in. Just win game after game after game, and that was just our peak, I believe.
But what I
Definitely
know
for me.
is a big controversial thing in that community is they apparently completely fucked up skill based matchmaking. I would love to bring it back to where no matter what level you are, no matter how good you are, you could get into a game with the best player in the world, or you could get into a game with the most dog shit people you've ever played with.
Yeah.
Have you seen, Brody? You might know more about this, but there's like actual bots they put into squad matches now for
Yeah,
casual.
I believe they've been in different matches. Like a bunch of different matches like you have squads, duos, I believe there is some too.
Mm.
Like I remember whenever they first implemented them, they said they were gonna be like they would fit in like with every other character. But
No.
like you would play and they would just be like shooting at a corner or something like that.
Oh, they're terrible.
Just
They,
extremely obvious when it's a bot.
from playing with the experience of the bots, you get into bot lobbies. The first game of every season, the game basically gives you a win.
Yeah.
And you don't get out
Just to
of bot
drag you in.
you don't get out of bot lobbies until like your level, I would say 15 or 20.
There's been times where like I got into so many bot lobby games to where like if I saw good players, I would just act like I was a bot and then just
Hmm.
completely flank kill them. Like it was just so obvious to which was which. You could just easily pretend to be a bot and pick up a free kill.
They
Devin,
definitely, yeah.
Devin, if that's true, then that's really a very dumb thing to add, like streamlining, like getting wins in a competitive game to like adding bots. I just don't understand that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've played, I wouldn't say from level to 15 to level 20. Like, don't quote me on that, but I would definitely say when you first just start leveling up, you realize a skill difference. And
Absolutely.
not even just the players, because, I could be level 100 and Ian could be level 2. That doesn't mean he's a bot. He's obviously going to beat me no matter what. So I'm not saying you're just getting up against dog shit players. I'm saying when you first start and you first start leveling up, the game kind of like it's like a handicap. I don't know. They definitely
It's
make
like
it a
an
lot
aid.
easier. Yeah,
Yeah. To keep your attention.
I'm excited to hear about what Fortnite brings because they're obviously trying to revive themselves. I feel like it'll always be there, but it'll never be the same. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely not. It'll never get back to how it used to be, dude.
you. I mean, it's hard to just. You can't really blame them. It's hard to keep a game the best game in the
Yeah, no,
world for years.
they
I
did
don't.
that too for a solid 2 years with no problem.
Yeah.
I think what they did is they added too many things too often to where it's just
Yeah,
it's,
Yeah.
it's not
they
fun.
took it and they just burnt it up too quick.
That's like in my opinion, that's the main difference that separates Valorant from Fortnite is the game devs. Like I feel like Valorant won't be in the spot that Fortnite's in right now for a long time because their game devs are amazing, unlike Fortnite's. Like their game devs take the time out of their day to listen to like any tweet that someone makes or any of this and just complete community feedback
But that's
for
how
their
that's how Epic was too. In the beginning
Yeah,
of
that's how
Fortnite, that's
games
how
go.
Fortnite
yeah,
was.
Hmm.
and
I feel
look where that got him.
Epic tried to change it too much. They should have left it how it was. That was a good ass game, and then they thought, you know, you can't blame them. I think anybody else would think it. They're probably thinking in their head, okay, we have to change this or it's gonna get boring. Fortnite was the complete opposite. If they would have left it the way it was so much fun.
It was just a fun game to play,
It was something
even though
different.
it's the same thing over and over, dude. Like
Well,
it was different from every other game, and that's what made it amazing. Now they're just doing things to do them.
Yeah,
if they
like
if they didn't change it, like it'd maintain a core fan base, but it wouldn't have like that insane popularity it had for like a
Yeah.
whole year if they didn't change it every couple weeks.
yeah,
Now,
like do you know how many people would talk about those live events when they would happen?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
part of the big change that they had going on. Like they would change the map drastically, but they would have these huge live events for it that people would go to and sometimes drag those out for a long time. So people are always talking about them like, oh, what's gonna happen? You guys remember that big ice tower with the eyeball?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
amazing.
people would talk about that all the time. It's like,
Yeah.
when is that gonna move? There's
Well,
like this, there's that, and you just always had buzz around that game.
that was the time when they didn't change the mechanics and things in the game, but they changed the environment, which was just, I mean, a refresh of a map is always nice, but I feel if they would have just kept what they were doing, like with the block and everything like that, and they wouldn't have just added and changed so much, it would be such a fun game.
Ian, do you remember how insane the live event was whenever the iceberg was in the water?
Oh my gosh,
Dude,
that was
like
crazy.
that
Yeah.
live event like actually was insane. Like if they kept doing what they were doing at that time, like the game would still be where it used to be. I can guarantee it. Cause like for like months after that live event happened, it was like completely talked about all the time. So many
Where
people
I think
talked
they
about it.
went wrong was chapter 2. I think that
Oh,
really did
absolutely.
it for a lot of
I'd have
people.
to.
That's
That
what did
The
it for
game
me,
felt
for sure.
like it was like almost polished up in a way.
Hmm.
Like I feel like the whole look of the game and like the characters, I feel like they got a lot like slimmer and they were less they I feel like they tried to take it from less of like a cartoony feel to more of like this is like kind of real. But like they kept all the like the characters and stuff, but like I felt like the body and the animation and the whole swimming thing,
Yeah.
I just think they tried to like polish up the game and it just felt wrong. Like it wasn't the same game in a sense.
And the map just. I don't know about the map
I'm just
for
gonna
I
put
don't
it
know
out
about the
there. I
map.
think the new map sucks. I
It's
think it's
dog
Yeah.
shit.
awful.
I will
I
say,
think
in my opinion, what really did it for me was season or chapter 2.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, man.
That's
Chapter
when I
2.
quit.
Like
Yeah.
I remember the beginning of chapter 2. Me and Brody played that shit. We played in the duo cups or whatever, but literally we realized like this is dog shit. Like why do we keep playing? Like every game we played, we had something to complain about, and I know it wasn't just us complaining; it's the game. I feel like this this whole new chapter did it in for a lot of people. It was not good at all.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I wasn't a fan of the boats for mobility.
What?
I think
The
they should
The
have
whole
brought that
water,
into
boat
it.
dude.
and
The
the
water
whole
ruined it for me.
swimming thing, yeah, the whole water concept, they added too much. We thought that it was not enough because it was only Loot Lake. We got what we asked for because we wanted more water, but it just we didn't know what we were asking for.
They what really what started the downfall for me was the mechs.
Next
Oh
ruined the
my
game, dude.
fucking
Those were
god, dude!
Forgot
we
about that.
thought planes were bad, and then they said, "Here's some mechs."
Mechs were like that was the downfall.
What were the devs thinking when they put those things in the game? Like they had to have just been mad at us.
I
It's like
think
a
they were
community.
trolling. They had
bug
been
No,
trolling with season 10.
they definitely weren't, dude. Here's their thing. They're just think about it like you're a dev. What percentage of people play your game to win for comp, like to win money? Very, very slim.
So
What
I thought
percentage
that.
of your money is from 9-year-olds that want to win a casual game? Almost 90, like 99% want to win a casual game. They want to just have fun winning,
Yeah,
like little kids. And I can see what they did there, but just they completely executed it incorrectly and just ended up killing their game.
Completely incorrectly. No, dude, those mechs were so bad.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think there's got to be a clip of at least every like streamer of them just like flipping out over those things. They were so bad.
Now,
Absolutely.
Fortnite has obviously brought in way that like I get PUBG and everything was there, but Fortnite really opened up the battle royale genre.
Absolutely.
Now, do you think because Valorant is here, it's gonna bring back that genre of a whole 5v5 bomb site diffuse game? Do you feel like
I
people are gonna try and make more games like Valorant and Counter Strike and try and start a genre?
I can
No,
see that happening. To
no,
be honest,
because
You know what I can
the
see
genre's
happening?
already
I
been
feel like
started.
somebody's gonna bring out a game that's like a mix of both. And you're gonna ask me that's like impossible, right? But then you could have like a game like PUBG, but then where you also have like a different like I'm trying to think here, like Call of Duty, like they have Warzone and then they have like the actual games you could play, except it would be like having Warzone and like just a mode dedicated to that like search and destroy kind of thing, that whole like bomb sites. I feel like somebody might like mix those two together to make a game like that. I feel like that would get a lot of attention.
Well, Valorant's adding a new mode, but I'm not sure what it's all about.
I
I'll
hope
bet
it's
it's
like a
gonna be a
wingman
wingman.
or something.
I'll bet it's
Like a Counter Strike wingman. I know Call of Duty has it now. It's called Gunfight. Just like a whole 2v2
Yeah.
versus. That would be pretty sick.
I want a shorter, faster paced game.
Yeah,
Then
it's just it doesn't take too long for a game, but it's like
They're like
it
they
can
can
reach like
average
45
like
minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
that's a lot of time.
Long game. Very long game.
It would be cool if they added like a death match thing. It's just like a free for all around the whole like a whole
Yeah, they
map.
said it that is not happening.
Yeah.
Not even like a death match is crazy.
Nope.
Because I know CS:GO has one.
They said in the thing they're adding a new game mode. They go, no, for all you guys wondering, this is not a team deathmatch.
See, I know Counter Strike has a battle royale.
You think Valve's gonna add a
Actually?
battle royale? Yeah, they do.
CS:GO
Yes.
has a battle royale.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called.
Shit.
Is that on like a community server?
No, it's on Counter Strike. It is on Counter Strike.
Counter Strike has a battle royale.
Yes, me and Travis have
I've
played it
never
before.
heard of
Me
this.
and Travis have played.
Oh, Danger Zone.
Hold on.
That's it.
what?
Danger Zone. Yes.
Danger Zone?
It's so bad. It's
That's
awful.
a battle royale.
It's awful. It's so bad.
Bad.
It's terrible.
Okay, so I guess that beats what I was saying. I guess Counter Strike already did mix those two together.
Yes.
All right. Wow. I was ill informed about that. I did not know that they had their own battle royale. That's kind of crazy. I've never.
It's a terrible. It's you can't mix a game like Counter Strike with that. It just doesn't fit.
It's like an 18-person battle royale because the game can't handle a map that big since it's kind of old.
Well, it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's a good game. Front played a crazy match tonight. 16-2 win. Destroyed these guys. It was a crazy match.
I started watching it like round 10 or something like that. They were just destroying them.
Grave Capybara has like that game. He really picked himself up. Did a great job. This guy, the announcer. If you guys are listening to the podcast and you are familiar with the front guys and their Counter Strike team, we have a guy on the team called SGM, and this guy literally just kept saying Sigum. He thought SGM's name was Sigum. It was a new announcer, and Demise just let him do it. I don't know why, but he just kept saying, Sigum is having a really good game right now. And I was just like...
Imagine seeing SGM and thinking, like, the first thing
Sigum.
you think of is Sigum. Like, you don't see all capitals and think SGM. You think Sigum.
I typed it out in chat. I was like, SGM. I put S.G.M, and the guy still just kept saying Sigum. He was, like, skipping my comments.
That would be
no,
like, I think he took the approach of where people call the op. They call it an op. Like instead of
AWP.
AWP.
Okay.
Okay.
But he just completely executed it incorrectly.
But what my thing,
Sick.
the whole chat was correcting him.
It's like it doesn't fit. Like op fits.
Sigum.
I mean,
Sigum?
think,
Not at all.
though, think you're like that guy. Was that his first time announcing?
It says some. I've
No.
never heard him, dude. I never heard that guy before.
All right. So if this is like his first time like announcing for these teams, you got to think he wants to like impress. So he's probably not watching the Twitch chat. He's probably like just watching the game and.
No,
worrying
he was
about,
reading chat. He was reading chat.
Was he?
Yeah, he was reading
He's
chat.
ignored you guys.
He ignored me after I started making fun of him for saying Sigum because he was reading my chat before.
That's okay. I couldn't help him there.
See, Front is also starting a Valorant roster. Obviously, our boy Plesky got on. I've been talking to Kuro, who is the Valorant leader. And he said I could announce the Valorant games and commentate the Valorant games. So I'd probably have to get
Really?
a couple of you guys in there to commentate with me one day. Yeah, I mean, I said,
Oh, dude, I would love to
Sounds
do
kind
that.
of crazy.
I said, could I announce your Valorant games? And he said, when I get the official roster done, sure. So, I mean, I would love to do that just every other day. Just go in and commentate a Valorant game. I mean, that'd be sick. I'd even love to do a Counter-Strike match with Demise. I just feel like it'd be really fun.
I feel like there's too much going on with Counter Strike that you kind of have to have experience to know what you're doing.
You have to have experience to commentate in anything.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Front, I know Brody kind of wants to start a grind. Maybe even Ian a little bit. I like what do you guys want to do? Like I've heard you guys talk about it, and a couple of the other guys in Front have. Like, would you guys be really like? Do you guys really want to grind for Front?
I mean, of course, like it would be very nice being a cool team like that. That just such a good community and whatnot. But just like recently, I don't really know what I want to do. Like I work a lot and whatnot, and obviously I don't have many other things to do. But sometimes I don't know. I just feel like it's a little like it's difficult to get on a grind right away and stick to it.
Oh, 100%. You'd have to start up everything, you know.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I know Ian was saying, like, I've heard Ian talk about it jokingly, but Ian, would you actually grind for Front?
I've been thinking about it.
Like,
I would have to like completely like start up a YouTube, but like I've already streamed before, and it just seems so fun to me to just stream all the time. I feel like
Yeah.
that'd be super fun to do. Just stream, play whatever game is fun at the time, and just fucking stream and make some videos on the side here and there. I feel like that'd be pretty fun.
see, I feel like, and I'm not saying it's you guys, but you've obviously
Yeah.
seen people in the community that have done it. They just don't think Front is a serious organization. Now, you know, there's people that quote unquote grind. If you guys know who I'm talking about, I won't name names, but there's people that just don't think it's serious, and you can just get into Front. You know, I mean, it would definitely be a grind to start from the beginning. I know I grinded, and I'll tell you right now, it's not that simple. There's even been times with me where I've been in the team, excuse me, for only a couple months, and they've put in the chat, like, if you got, like, you know, if you're not going to be consistent, you're out. And
Absolutely.
some people that quote unquote grind would stream for 45 minutes a day, 2 days a week. That's not a grind at all. Like, there's people that didn't even get in that were streaming like 11 hours a day every day, and they're not even in. You know, it takes a lot, and I feel like both of you could do it 100%. With the quality you guys would be able to make, the ideas, obviously, Birdie could make up some really good ideas, and you have all this stuff. You would just kind of have to get a base start and build off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Smurda could make beats.
Do they have a they have a beat team or something?
A beat team. That'd be pretty sick.
I think we
don't
need
remember.
a front door.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
I would love to actually.
Front dark.
I could have to talk. I would talk to the guys. I mean, I don't know if they'd listen to me, but a front iRacing team would be
Dude.
sick.
That could probably happen, man.
Cause like we loved watching the races that Derek was in. Imagine just taking his team, putting him on a front contract, and watching them race for front. Like, and that would add a big. I don't think people realize how big the iScar community is, but that could
Yeah,
add a
really.
whole nother community, and way more. What's the word? Way more like
Like hype to it.
hype to the team. Like expansion. It would bring in a whole
Yeah.
other community to the team. It would bring in a big variety. And that's stepping outside of the box with variety, which would be cool. It would be cool. I mean,
Be very cool.
obviously, Dark Car is pretty insane in NASCAR. And it could happen.
He is amazing.
So
He
here's
just
my
won the
question about
championship.
iRacing. Like, I don't know a whole lot about it, but do you think people like are like looking for teams to join in that game?
Oh,
Like
100%.
people in Fortnite,
Absolutely.
people are always looking for like teams, like the organizations to go to. Like, I didn't know if iRacing had that same like kind
Oh,
of feel.
without a
Like
doubt.
everybody
Well,
like wants to join some kind of team.
Without a doubt.
'Cause if-
I mean,
Like front was to pick up Derek, I was thinking like, who else could they try to find?
well, if Derek was lead, they would pretty much just leave it to him. I feel like it'd be kind of like Fortnite. Like, you know how people have in their bio like 10K in earnings or whatever. Like, you make money off that game. I mean, Derek's made a couple $100 with all that proof and evidence of him winning and being a really good racer. I feel like there wouldn't be a doubt that we could start up a team. I would have to do a lot of
A lot of
behind-
effort to get it.
a
there,
lot of
yeah.
effort and behind the scenes work. Like, that would just mean talking to a whole bunch of different things. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize the team has so many people working behind the scenes. Like, we have media directors, website directors, people that run the Facebook. Like, I had to talk to the whole Facebook team before my video went out on Facebook. By the way, if you guys didn't know on the podcast, my front introduction is now on the Facebook page. It blew up. Everybody on my Facebook loved it. I mean, there's just a lot to it that a lot of people don't see. And it's just really fun. I feel like you guys could really get into it. Even becoming like management, you're still in that community and talk to everybody and have fun, you know? I mean, it's really cool. And it would be awesome if you guys got in, because then I could have you guys in with me. And, you know,
It'd be cool. It's just there's nothing I could really go for in there.
it's I can't say shit about commitment because I'm not as consistent as I used to be, but it does take a lot of work. A lot of you have to, like, quality. You have to really want to make good shit, you know? Or try to, at least.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't just go record on your Xbox game capture your 10 kill Fortnite win with your dog barking in the background. Like,
Yo, are you calling shots right now?
who?
It sounds a little bit personal, man.
I don't know, dude. No, I'm not calling shots, but, like, there's those people that, like, they were
I know what you mean.
I know, like, there were grinders that would record off their PlayStation and edit with the PlayStation editor and think, I don't want to say they think it's a good video, but it could be a good video, but the quality's not there. I mean, you're not really deserving. You're not working for that. Like, they probably take 10 minutes out of their day to edit a PlayStation video.
Wasn't that you back in the day?
Oh,
I swear
man.
you used that.
No, I started with
Minecraft
the
story mode.
10 kills take a lot of.
I bought the Elgato and edited with the Elgato. Like,
Honestly, can't even hate on people who do that because they're putting in the grind.
they are grinding. You can't hate on them, but
Listen, man, if that's all you got and you're taking all advantage to make it the best you can. Props to you.
But that's what he's saying. Like they really don't care.
Yeah.
Like they're just clipping their game and posting it.
Yeah, I mean, if you really were like, okay, I'm serious about this, you would say, okay, I need to get an Elgato. I need to learn how to
Yeah.
edit. I mean, you can start out like that, but you gotta really expand quality wise. And if you're not up for that challenge, then it's tough. It's really tough. Because the PlayStation editor or whatever, I'm not shitting on people. I'm just saying, like, it's obviously there to be easier for you. They want it to be easier for you so you can do it more. But I feel like the harder it is, the better, content creator or streamer you're going to be. I don't know. I feel like they expanded the community a lot because, my God, there's so many people on Twitch that will just stream from their PlayStation or stream from their Xbox. They made it so much easier. Like, I remember they didn't have that when I first started streaming, and it would have made it a lot easier, but I feel I'm glad that I learned the hard way how to do it. Let's talk about summer of 2020 here, boys. We're all seniors officially. We're about to graduate next year from school. That's it.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
We are done after this. We're like,
Are we done?
Onto the real world.
we're done after this year. Like, that's it. With no more fucking around in school. After this year, we are done.
We gotta make the best out of our year.
This is
in
going to
school
be the
then.
best meme year for me, quality wise. For me, content wise, this summer is going to be great. I can't wait to go out and make videos with all you guys, make some funny ass shit, make some serious stuff. We're going to be making fucking music, and we're going to be making all kinds of shit this summer. Phelan makes beats. If you guys didn't know, we're about to go cook up some diss tracks that I won't even say. I wasn't even supposed to announce that shit was happening, but we're going to have some dumb shit come out this summer, and it's going to be awesome.
Like, what I've wanted to do is like go out and do exploring abandoned
Oh,
areas and stuff.
yeah,
I know,
dude,
I know we've talked about that.
We're going to do a shit ton of stuff. We're going to, and it sounds like I'm saying it's stupid shit, but it's going to be like some awesome, like, not taken seriously, but they're going to be some serious, funny ass videos of just us fucking around and just living I want to have the best summer to have before senior year. Because this is like our last summer. Like, every summer is like, yes, we get a break from school, but after this summer, we're not going to have another grade to look forward to. It's just fucking crazy. Just the thing.
Truthfully, I just can't wait.
I'm glad to be done, but I feel like we've done so much in that school to just have it go away. We had such an insane high school career there.
So many good events.
There's people listening. Our grade, we're all in the same grade, same school. Our grade has been known to be the worst grade that school has had in the past decade. Just for how insane we are. We don't give a shit. We live a pretty good fucking life in that school.
There's quite a few events we could go over.
There's so many. No one gives a fuck. Our grades, I can't even say shit because I'll have people, I could still get in trouble for shit for this day that people don't know about. Just insane shit has happened, and it went so fast. For me, at least, that it went so fucking fast.
I think it did for everyone.
I remember one of my friends. He was a senior in my 7th grade year, and he said, "You're not gonna notice now, but when you're a senior, you're gonna think back and say, 'Holy shit, that went fast.'" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. Like, I just got here. That's not happening." But it feels like 7th grade was just last year. Like, it just went so fast in a snap. That's it. Now we're gonna graduate.
It's all a days of the past.
It'll be
No,
awesome.
it was wonky as shit for me, right? Because like high school, going into high school, it's not really high school. It's like an intermediate kind of thing. 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. I'm at Butler. I'm at this like bigger school for those 3 years,
Yeah.
and then I came over here. In the past 2 years, I've been in the school. For some reason, with all the shit that's happened, it just feels like it's been so much longer.
Really?
Oh yeah, like it feels like I've been at this school for like I don't want to say my whole life because obviously I still remember all of my like years at Butler, but like it just feels like I've been here for longer than I really have because of all the shit that I remembered because it happened,
Yeah.
and it wasn't just like something I'm just gonna forget because like the crazy shit that's kind of happened.
I don't know, man. I can't imagine what more we could possibly do. Obviously, we'll think about it when the school year comes around, but I feel like
Trust me, I'll think of something.
we left a pretty good legacy in that goddamn school, and no one else is going to live up to it. We've had some wild people in and out of our grade. Our grade's wild. It'll be a great senior year. I want to definitely push my content more. People like, you guys just have a good summer this year. Make a shit ton of stuff. While the school year is going on. And even outside of school, I'd really love to just, there's obviously going to be those people that you talk to in school and never talk to again. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like us, I only talk to you guys. And outside of school, I feel like we could have some really good fun. Even when we graduate, as we're older, we'll be able to do more. And we'll be able to go around and just make some funny ass shit. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to being 18, dude. That is exciting. You get to do whatever. Well, you don't get to do whatever you want, but that's like exciting and scary at the same time. You get to make your own decisions, but at the same time, you're allowed to be out whenever you want. You're allowed to basically do whatever you want. Not meaning that literally, but it'll be fun being with all you guys. If Phelan's not dead. Did he make a great escape? Are you serious?
No way.
No, he didn't, dude. So if you guys don't know what's happening, when we're in Discord calls.
He's muted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna explain anyways, and
I'm here, buddy.
I'll get into how I'm gonna get this outside of Discord, these podcasts. But when we're in Discord calls, we'll just be sitting here, and we'll be talking to Phelan, and out of nowhere he just doesn't respond, and he just somehow he gets up and leaves. But when he comes back, you can hear his door go, but you don't hear it when he leaves. And we just call it his great escape. So we all just thought he made it a great escape in Discord, which would have been funny as hell. But what I was going to say is, for this podcast, I want to, when I can, I want to kind of set up somewhere in my house where I can put 2 microphones and a camera and literally just have people come to my house and do an actual talk show, to where I'm not just giving you guys this somewhat okay but poor quality video of a thumbnail and a Discord call. I mean, I can't really do much now, even though everything's opening up. That'll take some time, but I hope to get to there someday where I can do that and actually have you guys all come over to my house and have a podcast, not just a Discord call. That would be pretty dope.
Absolutely.
And have Shmurda make us a beat live.
Live right now, like Subdona.
So, well, I mean, we've been here for an hour and 5 minutes. We've talked your ear off a little bit. Hopefully, you guys found this entertaining. This was more of a video game podcast, talk about games, mainly Valorant and what's been evolving around it. This was my upload for when I'm gone for vacation. As you guys are hearing this, I'm gone. So I want to get one more podcast in with the boys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I can put Ian's information down below. Brody has a Twitter. Follow him. Help them get started if they want to start a grind. If Bobby wants anything in the description, like his epic SoundCloud mixtapes or something, I can put him in there. Don't forget to follow Young Escape on SoundCloud. All my all my socials.
I got the mega plug.
Mega plug, baby. All the socials are down below for me. Front socials are down below. Thank you guys for 350 subscribers. We're now at like 356. We're on the road to 400. We're going to get there fast as fuck before the school year starts, I promise. Thank you guys for all the support. Use code FRONT on all your Arma and G Fuel purchases. And I'll see you guys on the next podcast.
Peace.
Fortnite.
See ya.